Folks, I upgraded my Livescope with the new model and I want to sell my old model. I don't even know the exact name of these models, but when you see the shape of the head, you know which one you're buying because the new one has a different shape. But when I edit the video, I will put the name of this model that I'm selling on the screen here somewhere. But I prepared a package here with everything that I think you're gonna need for installing this Livescope on your boat, except the stick. You're gonna have to get your own, these kind of sticks that you rotate left and right, unless you wanna attach it to the trolling motor, then you don't need anything at all. But I inspected everything and I'm happy to report the unit at least looks perfectly mint. I mean, the unit looks, I couldn't find any scratch on this. It just looks totally mint. As far as used Livescopes go, I gotta tell you, you're gonna have very hard time finding a unit in better condition. This here, the head unit, I mean, I'll go through it in a second, but it looks like brand new. I'll show you where it was and why it looks brand new. I already installed the new unit. Now the unit is exactly the same, but the reason I bought the head unit also is, I thought, do you see where it is? Right here. This is where it is. Under my dashboard and everything. So this unit has never seen sun, it has never seen rain, it has never seen anything at all. I put it there 3 years ago and I never moved it and I never touched it, and that's why it looks like brand new. I'm gonna go through everything in the package in a moment, but even aesthetically, functionally, everything is 100%. Even aesthetically, goddamn, everything looks very nice. Some of the parts are brand new, like the brackets. This bracket is brand new. The only thing I want you to consider, I don't want to deceive anybody at all. This is a 3-year-old unit, and of everything on my boat, my Livescope has the most hours. You can calculate the hours on this unit. This is 3-year-old unit. I fish on average twice a week. That's on average. Sometimes 3 times, sometimes 1. Twice a week, I cannot fish 8 hours anymore, but 6 hours on average. That's my average trip, 6 hours. So 3 years, twice a week, 6 hours a day. The unit does have a lot of hours, but I don't think hours, I don't know. I want you to know exactly how many hours there is, but there is no moving parts here. I don't think anything has worn out. This has no fan, and they did this a big heat sink. It's very heavy, big heat sink, especially precisely so they don't have to put a fan inside. If you have a fan, after 3 years, the fan is gonna die. Then who is gonna replace fans on these things? When you have big heatsink, you don't need to replace fans. I think hours is the only kind of thing about the unit, but because there is no moving parts, even the hours is not the big deal. The biggest deal about the unit and why you can buy it at a discount is because there is a newer model. That's, I think, the biggest thing. There is a newer model. That's why I am selling it, because I got the newer model. But okay, let's go component by component. I'll tell you what's included in the package. And if you're interested, you send me an email. I'm hoping to get 3, 4, 5 offers over Labor Day weekend. And the highest offer, assuming it's half reasonable, we'll get it. I'm not looking to get rich with this thing. So I'm 99% certain by the end of the Labor Day weekend. I'll just pick one of the offers. and sell it. Okay, let's go component by component. Okay, here is the actual transducer. Like I said, it looks really mint to me. The white stuff that you see here is not printed on the plastic. It's actually a label. Gosh dang it, how did even the label never wore out? This is a label. And this is the port side label. So if you have it on the port side, this label works. If not, you have to peel this label off. And I have the other label, and you have to glue this label here. This kind of tells you, this label, the only thing it does, it tells you how much to spin it for down view, how much to spin it for forward view. But eventually you don't even need to learn the label. You will know if you want to scan forward, it should be forward. If you want down, it should be down. If you want horizontal, it should be horizontal. So after like a few months, you won't even need these labels. But I do have both of them looking fresh. This one is fresh. This one has not even been used yet. Included in the package are several brackets for attaching it, to these pipes that you can turn. If you want to use it directly on the trolling motor or just directly on one of these tubes without using the horizontal version that you can scan forward and you can scan down, but not horizontal. Horizontal is BS, but I don't want to spend time for this. Because when you're scanning vertical, you're scanning the entire water column. And you can scan left and right, you can turn it, and you can scan everything around you. Now, if the unit is used in horizontal mode, like this, now it's only scanning a slice of the water. You can turn it left and right, you're still scanning the same slice of the water. If you are float fishing and this is in horizontal mode and you cast 30 feet out with the float, you will see like your lure if it's exactly 6 feet deep. Under 6 feet, you cannot see because it's making a ray forward. You cannot see lures under or over this plane here. So there is very few situations where scanning horizontal is useful, very few. I use it like maybe once or twice a year, but almost always is vertical. If you ask me, the best way to do it is just get this bracket, which is brand new, never used bracket, and just put it like this, and this goes here on the trolling motor or on the pipe that you're gonna turn with your head. It's like this, and that's it. This is forward, this is forward. If you want down, you can turn it down, and you have forward and down, and it's aligned perfectly, and it's not offset a lot, like your tube is here and this is right here. Now, if you want to use the horizontal scan option, then this bracket is not gonna work. Then you have to use one of the other brackets, which I also have. Now this bracket works with either of these, one or the other. One is for the port side, the other for the starboard side. So depending on which side of the trolling motor you are or on which side of the tube you want to have it, you can use one or the other. But now when you put this thing all the way over here, now your tube is here and this transducer is all the way here. Now it's offset a lot and it's kind of annoying. So my advice to you, I'm going to give you all of these brackets. You can put it any way you want, but just put it like this and don't bother, don't mess with it. That is the best. Just save your time, and these brackets can take like 2 hours to figure out the best angle and how you want it to be. Just do this, and this is what you're gonna end up with anyway. I have a bunch of brand new hardware for this. I dropped one of these bolts in the water when I was adjusting it on the water, and I thought, oh man, what if I buy a new? And I went online and I bought like a dozen of these brand new. So you have here already, both of these brackets have bolts, and you have a bunch of spares. These are stainless steel bolts. They do not rust. 3 years in the water, they still look like new. So you're gonna have plenty of spare bolts. You're gonna have two, not one, but two keys to these bolts. I use these rubber grommets. You're gonna see, I put them myself. Instead of the bolt going directly into the plastic where kind of from vibration, from transportation, it can come loose, I like to put these rubber grommets between plastic to plastic or plastic to metal. Gives some elasticity and pressure so it never comes off, but you don't have to use it, but you will find like everywhere. I put these rubber grommets everywhere. And I do have here the instructions, but if you have to read the instructions, you're gonna spend one freaking day just with the freaking brackets. What else? I think that's enough for the brackets and the transducer. Here is the serial number, if you want to check that. This is the model. It's exactly the same as the one I put in my boat. Let me show you all around. There is no scratches on this unit, folks. Trust me, there is no scratches. It's never been in any kind of negative environment. Now some quick tutorial here. Oh, let me show you the terminals. Can't see, see, everything is shiny. All of the terminals are in perfect condition. See? Okay. Everything looks good. This here is the ground. You're gonna have to, I'm even gonna give you a little ground cable, goes right here, and on the other side you have to attach it to ground. Right next to you, to the ground, is your power cable. I'm gonna give you a brand new power cable. This is from the new unit that I just bought and that I just installed, but I told you this and this, everything is the same, only the transducer is different. And because all of the power cables are already installed and wired on my boat, I couldn't remove them. So I'm gonna give you the brand new power cable on the unit. And so I'll give you some spare terminals. I'll give you some extra fuse. This is exactly the same fuse that is here. You can see it is 7 amp. I put my own fuses, so I'll give you a spare fuse if you want to fuse not just the unit but also the monitor. That's up to you. One other thing, on my boat I installed one of these guys to turn it on and off, and the light will be on when the unit is on. Copper, this is kind of a good one. This is heat shrink. I'm gonna give you 3 of these. You put your cable here, you crush it, you crimp it, not crush it, then heat it up with a heat gun and it will make a waterproof seal here. And then this goes, I don't have to teach you, right? This goes like this. I installed one of these keys for the head unit, and I installed one for my monitor too, because I found that sometimes you turn it off from the monitor but the head unit is still working. Why are you still working? And it can drain my battery. So it turns off, but much later. So I installed this. If I'm going home and I don't want it to work, I disconnect the power from here, so I know there is no power to the unit to drain my battery. So that was it. This cable, the transducer, has a very big head. The big head of the cable goes in the big one. This is the power cable. I told you I'm gonna give you a brand new power cable. This thing is brand new here. It's the old one is on the new unit. I put here the brand new terminal. And this here, the network cable, goes from here to the monitor. And I'm gonna give you a brand new network cable also for the same reason. The other one is already installed on my boat and wired in, and it's difficult to remove. So I'm gonna use the old cable. You're gonna get a brand new cable for both the network and the power, and this is brand new too. And this is in perfect condition. I told you, it's absolutely shiny. So all new cables. I'm gonna give you some cables, terminals that I showed you. Oh yeah, there's a few things here. I never use this. I don't know what it's for. I never used it. It's still in the baggie. You're gonna get it. Crimp it, not crimp it, clip it here somewhere. I don't know, read the instructions. I don't use this. This is for attaching it to the trolling motor head. I never use this too. I'm gonna send you this too. So one last view. This is everything that I showed you in the video. This is what you're gonna get. Nothing else, nothing less. I have good packaging prepared here from the new unit. It will be properly packed and it will be with free shipping. Shipping is on me. That's it. You have everything. All you need to buy is one of these tubes, or some people make them from PVC pipe. This bracket is adjustable. It will match pretty much any diameter. Some people make them, but I buy something ready is my recommendation, or just put it on the trolling motor. But I think you have everything, even some extra cables and terminals. You have everything to get it running. So if you are interested in getting one of these old ones at a good price, send me an email. My email is on the screen. My email is also in the description box below. Make me an offer, and the offer has to be paid through PayPal. If you pay through PayPal, if you want to pay with fees, I have to receive the offer. You pay the fees. Or you can pay with Venmo. Venmo doesn't have fees. Zelle, I think, also doesn't have fees. PayPal doesn't have fees too, if you're careful to send to friend instead of send for an item, for a purchase. Then there is fees, and if you want to go that route, I don't mind, but you're gonna pay the fees. That's it. Hopefully I get a few offers, and Monday, Tuesday we find a new home for this Livescope.